Pisces, Pisces rising, and Pisces moon people. This is your weekly astrological forecast for the week of December 19th, 2016, and a happy Yule, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa to you. I've not been able to say that for everyone, I just kind of forgot to say that to everyone. It's only on some horoscopes, so I apologize if it's not on the one you look at next for your rising or your moon sign. But I did want to make a reminder for you guys. Those of you who saw the update video know I've got something going on here on Wednesday, the 21st, a live stream discussion on 2017's astrology and all the planetary moves and things like that. So if you're interested, please come back to this channel on Wednesday, the 21st of December at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you want to comment, you do need to have a YouTube channel, but you can always do that in a couple of minutes, subscribe, and we'll be ready to have a conversation. Also, classes are open for enrollment now in January for the Tarot Tutorship classes and my special Astrology Love webinar, where I'm talking all about karma, I'm talking all about relationship compatibility and things like that. The Astrology webinar is on 2 different days, but it's the same class, so you only have to sign up for one. I just did 2 separate days just in case, you know, people couldn't make one or the other. So that's all available on my website, integrativemysticism.com. And if you are interested in the series I'm doing on my vlog, yes, I have a vlog channel, ScarletMoonMagic, all one word. You can check out that channel. I'm doing a big series on spiritual awakening all this month. There's already over an hour of content on the discussion, so you might want to check that out. So, what is going on with your astrology this week, Pisces? Well, we have Mercury retrograde happening this week. Yes, we do, and you probably already know that because you saw your monthly horoscopes. Well, Mercury retrograde is going to be in Capricorn, in your 11th house of friendships and social networking, from the 19th of this month all the way up until the 9th of January. Now that's kind of a long angle, not normally something I would put in the weekly horoscopes, except this week we've got that Mercury retrograde conjunct Pluto in the same area, that 11th house of friendships and social networking. And usually when Pluto and Mercury retrograde come together, it's talking about taking things off the table. It's talking about getting rid of things or problems or issues that shouldn't be there in the first place, which is really, really good. It's not a good time to make anything official in this area, you know, during the Pluto-Mercury retrograde conjunction, but taking things off the table is perfectly fine. And this could talk about removing a block or a barrier that you have in communications with a friend, or if you had ended a friendship or a partnership that you wish you could kind of take that back. This is your opportunity to do that. And sometimes we do things like that. Sometimes we accidentally, you know, end something premature or whatever. This is the time to kind of grease that over. This is also a time where you may even notice that a friend who, again, maybe ended something prematurely or, you know, maybe it's just been long enough, is taking that hiatus and that break off the table as well, and there's a good chance we could be reuniting. Later on in the week, we've got Saturn in your 10th house of career, forming a gorgeous connection to Uranus in your earned income sector. And this is about, I'm saying it to everyone, bringing order to chaos. Now when Saturn is in your career sector, it's talking about making things more stable in terms of your career. It's talking about making, you know, helping people act more professional around you, but also making things more safe and giving you an opportunity to advance your position to last the test of time. Whether it's a job that you have working for somebody else or a salary job, or this is a business you own for yourself. Now when you have harmony between Saturn and Uranus, we are actually seeing some kind of inconsistency in the work that you do and the pay that you get leveling out. And I'm thinking it's going to be a raise of some kind, or a raise opportunity, or a way to raise your income over the next week or two. And this could just happen in conversation, but it will be something that will be implemented during this time. Now, I don't want you to worry about Mercury retrograde, because Mercury retrograde is in a completely different part of your chart. It's not affecting these areas, so it's not something you have to worry about affecting the income sector or the career sector. It's just not there. But I do think an opportunity to, again, raise the amount of compensation that you get for all the work that you put in will be coming. So what is going on with your cards this week, you may ask? Well, for your spiritual advice, we do have the card of She Who Laughs, which is kind of an interesting card because she's not laughing at all. But with the She Who Laughs card, this definitely talks a little bit about a need to lighten moods wherever and however you can this week. The She Who Laughs card can talk a lot about also, again, taking things out of a tone that may be too serious for comfort. When we talk about, say, your astrology, and we're talking about the opportunity for things to lighten up with friends, that is exactly what this card is all about. It's gaining perspective. It's the kind of card that brings people back together, and they don't even remember what they were fighting about. They don't even remember why they had a distance in the first place. And we're allowed to have that opportunity over and over this week with that card. And the She Who Laughs card also talks about a need to pay attention where sometimes we have to recognize where our issues, or maybe some of our grievances with our fellow man, are much more trivial and superficial than the amount of emotional currency that's being put into them at this point in time. And I think that the She Who Laughs card, again, is working on making that known to as many people as possible, especially the Pisces persuasion, to heal relationships. So what is going on with your tarot? Well, for your Earth sector, when it comes to your work and finances, we do have the Eight of Swords upright. And even though we have good news coming towards the end of the week with Saturn and Uranus connecting, and by the way, they'll stay connected pretty much from Friday up until Tuesday, the Eight of Swords is saying, for the most part, we're encountering some kind of stall, some kind of barrier. And this could be a document not getting processed in a timely fashion, this could be important mail or correspondence getting held up, possibly even an interview process or a hiring process that has decided to stall. Now, when we see the Eight of Swords, it's important to understand that it's not having anything fall apart. Nothing is, nothing, just because it stalls doesn't mean it's over or ended or bad. It can be inconvenient though, and with the Eight of Swords upright, we do have an opportunity to get ourselves out of this. So don't let yourself be too intimidated by the fact that you may be dealing with somebody you look at as like an authority figure, or the ball's not in your court, because the Eight of Swords is always talking about a problem we can get ourselves out of if we, again, decide to use that free will of ours. So I feel like, again, if you leave things as is, and you're okay, well, we do have a bit of a stall in terms of whatever this process is until the end of the week. But if you want to hurry things along, you may. For your communications with air, when it comes to your friends, your relatives, the others in your life, we do have the Five of Pentacles upright. And again, we're talking about an open-hearted connection. This card can be very challenging in terms of health, in terms of money, but when it comes to interpersonal relationships, friends, lovers, the Five of Pentacles is basically talking about being humble. It's talking about no pretense. Nobody's trying to guard, nobody's trying to save face, nobody's trying to act all empowered or rehearse a speech and talk about how, how any of that stuff. All of the guardedness, all the armor is coming off between you and a friend this week. And this person could actually be, again, coming to you, for help, or this may be a time where this person answers you if you are going to them for some kind of help, or simply to reconnect. The big theme about this week is all about, again, reconnecting you, and I think that you can have that opportunity made known. One of the things, though, about the Five of Pentacles, though, you gotta pay attention to is that I think that somebody's gonna be, will have eaten some humble pie recently. And they may actually be able to be easier to talk to or easier to deal with since whatever event has happened. So I want you to understand this person is coming to you in a place maybe of hurt or a place of openness and a place of love. So it's not time to talk about why we had problems in the first place. Save it for later. For your challenge this week with fire, we do have the Sun card upright. Again, focusing a bit more on wholesome simplicity and actually being able to enjoy others' company is the challenge. Now, that's not even a bad challenge, but I think that this is talking about a challenge because, again, I just keep feeling for a lot of Pisces people, you're going to have a lot of opportunities to make up. You're going to have a lot of opportunities to reunite with folks this week. And with the challenge being the Sun card, sometimes we're not ready to make up. We don't want that person out of our lives, but we don't want to stop being mad at them either. Or we don't want to pretend everything's better, because then it sometimes feels like it's undermining the significance of why we're feeling bad. I would definitely not jump down the rabbit hole with that. Don't write yourself, 16 essays about why it's important not to focus on the love at this point in time. It's about letting things go. Sometimes you have to put something back together, patch something back up, and it could take a month or two before we come to that conversation that really heals the wound that was left behind. But that's human nature, and your challenge is to let that be. you know, so you can have your friend back, or your lover back, or your family member back, whoever this is. For your emotions with water and your romantic life, we do have the Ten of Wands upright. And this card can indicate that you and your partner, or you and a crush, may be having a really difficult time with, I guess you could say, sharing some kind of important responsibility. I think that sometimes with the Ten of Wands, we may be kind of having somebody push a lot on us that shouldn't be ours, push a lot of responsibility on us that should not be ours, and your partner may be volunteering you for things that you don't want to be volunteered for, or you may find out that you miscalculated and you volunteered your partner for a lot of things that they would not have volunteered for, you know, if they were given a choice. And so we have to make sure that, again, we're respecting each other's boundaries in space, because the Ten of Wands can say that sometimes we're not. For those of you who are currently looking for new love, I would be careful about maybe a potential partner or a crush who, again, doesn't really respect your comfort zone or your comfort boundaries this week. It doesn't necessarily mean they're a bad person. Some people want to open up to the first person who will listen, and it can be overwhelming. You can help them maintain and contain, and this doesn't, again, mean they're necessarily a bad person, but I would definitely pay attention to where they're not paying attention to what could be making you uncomfortable. So that is your forecast, Pisces. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And of course, if you'd like to get a session, you can always follow the links below, or go to integrativemysticism.com.